One, two. Oh, you guys can hear me now. Yo, how you guys doing? One, two, one, two, one, two. You can shut up now. You're gonna do something different, totally different. What should I even listen to? Oh, I don't even know myself. Oh, is this a music? No, I'm not gonna listen to that bullshit of music. Honestly, I want to listen to something productive. But honestly, I don't know what. Yeah, I can watch it later, but not now. I'm gonna get copyright, but not this one. I don't think so. Nope. Can't loop this shit. Yeah. This is my Valentine's, bro. My Valentine's was amazing. Going out with friends, you feel me? Let me see if I'm moving live stuff. Honestly, I don't even know. This one is multi-chat, yeah. No, honestly, after I've been streaming for a long time now, it's kind of easy to talk on the camera. It's not that complex, honestly. I hope I'm streaming once. Yes. Live. Bet. I am streaming. Real, bro. Don't lock in. Bro, if I can draw good, like I got all the instrument, bro. I have to be very good at drawing. Honestly, now I don't really give a fuck anymore. I don't really give a shit anymore, honestly. This is steering. I have my own future to move, you know. Shit, I forgot this to cancel. Oh, okay. True. Go, yeah. No. Now I want to do something different too. We're gonna change. I really want to change. No, this time I'm being for real. Being for real. No, let me look for the reference. Strike. I'm looking for some reference if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. I don't know if the music is way too loud. For me, it's kind of loud, honestly. Oh, this is more anime style. Gonna add this one plus this one. Like, you guys can see the difference. This is more like anime inspired. Why this is much? I mean, for me, it's kind of, it can't give me the League of Legends vibe, arcane vibe. Why this is the mist of the two of them. I wish my art can be good like this, but it's going to take time because I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. That's how I describe myself. It's 10 o'clock and there won't be anybody here. No, it is okay, honestly. But for what is it called? Yeah, as I said, what I'm looking for is a League of Legends, but I've forgotten the name of the League of Legends I'm looking for. If I'm not mistaken, is shit. No, you know what? Leg. Just write it subito. Hold on, found it. Ah, Soul Fighters. Damn, no, Soul Fighter. Hold on, found it. I'm looking for this one. Let me pause. This is what I'm gonna draw. I took inspiration from this character. For those who are interested, though. Not all are interested, but this is what it is. Shit, come on, G. Today I'm just gonna draw, gonna lock in. I'm gonna finish this piece. It's gonna take me time, but let me lock in. Damn. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make it move like this, yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be very difficult for me to draw, honestly. I don't know how to make the bone, you know, the position of the anatomy. Yeah, bro, listen. Listen to me, Majim. Listen to me. Just chill, bro. Just chill. Honestly, I got nothing to say. Right now, I'm just talking to myself because there's no one here. Why do people do this shit? Why am I doing this shit? Instead of me to focus on basketball, I'm here drawing. Hmm. Yeah, the anatomy is bad. I really need to I need to focus on my anatomy too. Drawing the hands. I'm bad at drawing hands. Sometimes I just notice people can remember the event. What am I even saying? I'm talking to myself. My bad, my bad, my bad. Listen, I've messed up a lot. Like, my life is messed up. No, what I meant is, during my lifetime, right? I've messed up a lot, and that's okay. I just need to figure out how life is, bro. I don't feel like drawing this one anymore. I don't even feel like drawing anymore. In a way, drawing kind of disgusts me now. I don't know why. Like, I'm easily influenced by other people, and that is a very bad habit. Listen, I got all the tools. The problem is skill issue. Look at these people throwing this shit, bro. You know what? I know what to do. Quick sketch. Maybe it's the music. It's giving me nostalgia. I don't really give a fuck.
Wasteland. Here is a new map in which we've got 3 new areas to play with in here. This one you're seeing right now is the Wasteland Showdown, a new version of the map for the Showdown game mode. We also have the Wasteland, featuring moving platforms with fiery and electrical hazards that might be reminiscent of a certain Freeheart Engineer signature kit as you fight against your opponents on this map. Perfect for free-for-all. And then we have small Wasteland coming in. So what we're going to be trying in patch 10.03, we're going to be putting in a new 1v1 map queue for a week at patch launch. That is
Damn, his voice kind of looks so badass, but his face doesn't describe his voice.
just a queue for playing on that map so that you guys can try it out and let us know what you think. The week after that, we're going to have a new FFA map queue, which is just a queue dedicated to that new map to see if we're heading in the right direction. We have the dexterity update coming into experimental features in 10.03, and this is going to be correlating dexterity with weapon durability. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Weapon durability is a mechanic in Brawlhalla where when you pick up a weapon and it's a fresh weapon and you've taken no damage, as you're taking damage, your weapon also takes damage. After a certain amount of damage, you get hit hard enough, the weapon gets sent flying out of your hands. Currently, it's the same for all characters at all stat ranges. With this experimental feature, dexterity is now correlated to it, so that means that the lower your dex is, the sooner your weapon is going to get knocked out of your hands, whereas the higher your dex is, you might find that you will lose your stock before your weapon gets knocked out of your hand. I do see a question I want to answer in chat, which is that they're asking if dex will still affect recovery frames. Dexterity, as you know it, has not changed at all. The weapon durability correlation is an additional thing to dexterity. So it's still going to work exactly as you're expecting with the different frames, right? Being able to have a tighter strings here, maybe a combo there, depending on how crazy it gets. All that stuff's staying the same. It's just the durability is being added as an addition.
You guys should listen. Yeah.
Give a look that's so cold it froze you. Won't move, got so little control, it's Roku. We talking remote moves, she channeled the whole room. Universal, know where you can go to. It's all a setup, nothing she said a whole truth. Fortune teller, tell her the president's old news. Make you do what she wants, you don't choose. Make you think you enough, she sold you. Hard act to follow, I act as a following. Look in her eyes, I can tell that I'm spiraling. Losing my confidence, stripping my pride, and it seems like I'm silent. Stay all that close-minded, man. Open your eyes, cause the truth set you free. I'm just a watchdog, still on a leash. Don't know my heart, no, it's on a lease. Nowhere to hide, y'all, nowhere to leave. I'm not your pet seed, that's a pet peeve. I'm petrified, not in your pedigree. I go petulant, you do petty things, it get repetitive. You got your pedal strings, and I do as you wish. You got the best of me, why would I wanna live? I saw the death of me, one cut of an eye, enough to make you bleed. You love her, let me not, or are we enemies? Down for the type of girl, then he'd bow down for. It's dogs never down, obey me. Round your finger unbound and chain, she'll drag you straight through hell. Down toward out of me every sentence that your mouth's told. Mouth for speaking without intention, still a crowd force. But you think you're more than you amount towards. Seeding your souls and corruption, get the foul thorns. A demon altered without the horns. I'm a dog, she's my calamity. The gods will get devoured whole. Mind your soul are torn out. Let the devil in, she's the one in control now. She's a ghost, she's a revenant. Pull the roll over, surely control. You won't see the evidence, stay devoted and posing her rhetoric. Pull on my cord and she's grabbing you as I'm told. Told myself I know better than to make the same mistakes again. Be enraged when another pretty face play and pretend. Sit in my faith and I'll obey under every command. Free will be damned, there's no saving grace in life for me because chance on man's hate doesn't end. Through hell I get dragged straight, you're bad for my being and I'm down with a bad case. She's got all her pee, I'm trapped in a rat race. I know you're bad for me, but I'm known to have bad taste. So knocked out, lost confidence in my thoughts, bend to her will, I'm her dog, living my consciousness with every thought's getting more lost in her to live on odd slivers. She's counting me, got me caught in her.
Down for the type of girl man he'd bow down toward. She cares about your safety. Down for caught in her down for. Lay me like a savior now. Pulling the strings, out of control of the show. My purpose. These walls have ears, these holes have eyes. Living a lie. Don't watch you fall. Kneel down on the floor. Your life was dead.
Game and I get my shot. Just one game, she'll evade your thoughts. Leave no trace when it lays your down. No escape when I chase your down for the type of girl and he'd bow down toward.
So come and try my baby.
Down for my eyes surround your gaze. It's caught you in my spell.
Damn, that was good. That was good. No offense. That was good. That was good. That was good. Yo, by the way, I just noticed. What is the most fave game archetype? Gonna say that shit. How to fix your entire life in one day. Yeah, let's listen.
I'm a firm believer that you can fix your entire life in a single day. And if you don't believe me, by the end of this video, I'm gonna share my entire plan on how you can do the exact same thing, because I've done it before. I think we all reach a point in our life where we have a moment of clarity, where we have sort of a canon event. And for some people, it usually happens in the midst of a tragedy. You lose a loved one, maybe your mother, your father, you have a breakup, my boys know what I'm talking about right here, or maybe you just run into a financial hardship. I've been through all three of these, and I can say that these moments have been a canon event for the rest of my life. Now, you can artificially create this canon event for yourself. You don't have to wait until you lose the person closest to you. And this is exactly how to do it. So there's 6 steps to this entire process. And the first step starts with disgust. You need to become absolutely, positively disgusted with your life situation. Now, this is a concept that I picked up from Jim Rohn, one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time, and I think it holds so true. You see, usually when we have these nightmare events, the first emotion that we feel is disgust and agony. We feel like our life has completely fallen apart. And the truth is, if you're not in a position that you want to be, if you're not at the level that you want to be, you can feel this pain every single day. It might not be extremely heavy, but it's there. Now, what I want you to do is take that knob and turn that up to the maximum level. Especially for my brothers and sisters that are watching this, that are, now in their mid-20s or 30s or even 40s, and you still feel like you haven't gotten what you wanted out of your life. That should bother you. You should be disgusted by that. And if you really want to make a rapid change in your life, you should be extremely disgusted by this. And maybe it's something uncomfortable to hear, but if we continue to accept the situation that we're in today, we're gonna stay exactly where we're at. So you need to truly become disgusted with the situation you're in to create that first layer of change. I'll tell you what happened with me. I have been an entrepreneur since I was about 14 years old, okay? I have been trying and failing different businesses all throughout high school, and in my first year of college, I felt this feeling of disgust. Okay, this is my first major canon event. I was supposed to be the rich and successful kid that made it out to jam at 18 years old. But guess what? I went to college with $600 in my bank account and a food stamps card that my mom used to let me borrow so I could get meals every day. That bothered me because I had now an accumulated 5 years of entrepreneurial experience, and it led to nothing. The first day that I had to check into class, I can remember it vividly. Of course, you're somewhat excited because it's a new environment, but deep down inside, I felt so misaligned. I felt pure disgust. I made a promise to myself on that day, on the first day of school, that no matter what, by the end of this year, I'm gonna figure some shit out. I'm gonna figure something else out because I'm not gonna let myself go out like this. A lot of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about this feeling. Okay, you might take a job just because times are getting hard, or you might have to settle in whatever situation you're in just to handle things, and you know that feeling. But what are you gonna do with that feeling? Are you just going to say, okay, this is life, this is what it is, or are you gonna say, no, like this is not what I'm supposed to be doing? That feeling of disgust is so powerful, and nobody's gonna tell you to do this. Okay, these people out here want you to be happy in a position that's not ideal. I'm gonna tell you how it is. If you're not where you want to be, you need to have that feeling of disgust. So I remember on that first day of school, I felt this feeling so intensely, and I made it my mission to figure this out. Every day, I would come home from school, and I would just try different businesses. I would study different businesses. I would resell stuff on the side, and that created that change, which led to me not even 6 months later, starting my first $1 million business. It was an e-commerce brand that I started back when I was in my college dorm room. But it all happened because of that initial feeling of disgust. So this is step one, and it's non-negotiable. You can't skip this step at all. You must become absolutely disgusted with the situation you're in today. Okay, once we're there, we need to take inventory. Get yourself a little journal like this, man. I go through 2 or 3 of these journals every single year. Get yourself a little journal like this and really take inventory of your life. Write down how much money you have, write down your physical fitness condition, write down your relationship status, write down your mental state, and really take inventory. When's the last time you took inventory over your life? And I know I got some people that watch this channel that are already like financially well off and stuff like that. Y'all gotta do this too, okay? Just because you got $600,000 in your bank account or whatever it is, that doesn't mean you still don't got shit that you need to figure out. We all need to do this inventory process. And to be frank with you guys, this is not a once a year thing. This is something that you should constantly be doing. I'm not perfect with it, but at least once a month, I'll try to take some inventory. I literally did this the other day. I literally wrote, I'm not gonna show you guys this because it's super private, but I wrote the 28th chapter. I took inventory as I turned 28 years old of what's going on at this stage of my life. I wrote what I'm working on, I wrote what I want out of my life, I wrote my challenges, I wrote my battles, and this is so huge. You know, if you wanna make a change, you first gotta understand where you're at. If you don't even know where you're at, how are you possibly gonna move forward? That's like trying to put a destination in the GPS, but you don't put the starting destination. You need both of them pieces of the puzzle, and you need to get very clear about where you're at today. So step number one is feel absolute disgust about your situation, because that's going to create that desire for change. And step number two is create a super clear inventory on where you're at today. Don't lie to yourself. This is just a paper for you to read. Okay, don't make shit up. We've all got these deep, dark secrets, and we've all got these deep battles that we're facing on a daily basis. This is your chance to take inventory of that and realize what you want to make a change on. Leads me to step number three. Now we understand where we're at. We feel absolutely disgusted with it. We need to create a plan. You know, I always hear people preaching, set a goal, set a goal, set a goal. Great. Goal setting, I rate it. I think it's a great idea. But then what? A lot of you guys, and I used to do this all the time, you would set a goal, go buy a whiteboard, Amazon Basics, $30, put that up on your wall, write the goal in big red letters. Oh, I'm gonna make $1 million this year. And that's where it stops. What are you thinking? Like, how are you going to achieve that goal if you don't have a clear plan to do it? And I'll tell you guys, this is the difference between the people that I see going to be ultra successful versus the ones that don't. I'll give some flowers to somebody on this video, and that's Iman Gadget. This guy has planned out at a minimum 6 months ahead in his life. It's incredible how far out I've seen him map his goals from behind the scenes. Like, in January, these guys will know what they're doing come November, December. So then every single day, they get more stuff done than everybody because they know exactly what the plan is. They know exactly what they're trying to do. It's the same with sports, business, fitness. Goals are cool, but goals are overrated. You need to have a plan. I would actually say a plan is bigger than a goal, because a lot of times we'll set goals and we end up even selling ourselves short on these goals that we set. I've done this countless times where I've set a goal, for example, to hit 100,000 subscribers. I bust my freaking butt grinding day in and day out just to hit 100,000 subscribers. Well, guess what? If I had put that goal as 300,000 subscribers, I probably would have had a better shot at hitting that. The moral that I'm trying to say is that plans are more important than goals. And if you make a plan, for example, to blow up on YouTube, don't let it just be a goal. Make it say, hey, I'm gonna post one video every single week, and I'm gonna do it by writing down 4 ideas at the beginning of the month, and I'm gonna film on Monday. And the more deeper that you go into this plan, not only the more clarity that you're gonna have in your life, but the easier all this stuff is gonna come into fruition. Number 4, you need to tell your closest friend. Now, this is probably the most uncomfortable part of this whole thing, but once you have your plan, once you've figured out what you absolutely hate about your life, you need to tell somebody. It's snowing right now. I'm a Florida boy. I ain't used to this snow out here. It's literally hitting my journal with the snow. That's crazy. But you need to tell your closest friend. And the reason for this is basic psychology. When you put it out to the world publicly that you want to do something, we all have this fear of judgment. We all have this fear of being looked at as a failure. So if you can come out and be public about the plan that you want to accomplish to somebody very close to you that's going to hold you accountable to it, this will make a profound impact in your process. Because now, not only if you fail are you going to be disappointing yourself, but you're gonna be disappointing the person that's close to you. And let it be your girlfriend, let it be your boyfriend, let it be, I wouldn't say tell your mom, because your mom gonna love you no matter what. But let it be a friend or a lover that is going to hold you to this thing. And I'm gonna scoot up a little bit, because I'm getting chopped up by this snow. But make sure you tell your closest friend. Okay, this is super important. I've always, throughout all my journey, had people that I shared my goals with. And for me, I'm super insecure. I like the approval of people around me. So if I tell my buddy that, hey, I'm trying to get to $1 million a month, I want to be able to come to him in 6 months and be like, hey, guess what, bro, I did it. I don't want to be like, yo, bro, now I'm on some other shit. That's not the type of guy that I want to be. And most people are the exact same way. That's why I said it's basic psychology. Better yet, if you can find somebody to do this exact process that I'm telling you on this video, and y'all could go at this together and y'all could hold each other accountable, now you're cooking with gas. Now you are moving with speed. 2 more things. You need to not only tell a friend, but you need to make a strong commitment to yourself. Now, maybe this is some roo-rah, hippy-dippy stuff, but I really believe these things. If you come up with this plan, what I recommend you do now is make a commitment to yourself. Okay, commit to yourself that you are going to stick with this plan for a set period of time. Don't do a week. Do like 30 days minimum. Ideally 6 months, okay? And the big thing here is that I want you, after this video, to write a letter to yourself. To me, from me. From me to me. And in this letter, outline to yourself exactly what you want to accomplish, exactly how you're going to do it, and make a promise to yourself inside of those lines on the paper. And I want you to sign it and date it. And rip that page out of your notebook and put it somewhere where you can read it and see it every single day. Whether that is on your desk at home, whether that is in your bathroom mirror, which is what I used to do. I used to write in Sharpie. This is like some real freaky stuff. But I used to literally, like, my crib used to look like some schizophrenic psycho ward, because I used to write all my goals and everything all over my mirrors and windows. Sounds crazy until it works. You need to do something like that. You need to write down what you want. You need to make a promise to yourself. You need to make a commitment to yourself in a form of a letter and sign that thing and read it every day. Because you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to reinforce your beliefs on this thing. And it's going to give you an additional layer of accountability, because you have to answer to yourself every day about this. You have to answer to God every day about this. This is where most people mess it up, man. They write a goal down in their freaking notes app on their phone, close the notes app, and then never open the app ever again. Of course you're not gonna ever get it done. Like, duh. But if you put it right in front of your face every single day, and you sign it, and you date it, and you really make a promise to yourself, profound things will happen in your life. And last but not least, on the day that you decide to make these changes and do this plan that I put together, I want you to mark this day in your calendar as the day that everything in your life changed forever. I really believe this. I really believe that if you do the 6 steps that I taught you today, you will be able to fix your entire life, no matter how barren your situation is. And I'm very excited to see the feedback that I get from this video in the next 6 months from the people that do it. For the people that watch this, close it and go watch the next Mr. Beast video, that's on you. But for my brothers and sisters that are gonna take this and implement it in their life, I wish you all the best. Hopefully you guys have a blessed month, week, day. I will talk to you all in the next video. Oh, and subscribe, because I'm trying to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers this year. We need to get Jay West to 100K. All right.
Oh, shit, excuse me. My bad.
You gotta do it alone. You gotta do it broke. You gotta do it scared. You gotta do it when you don't know what's going to happen. You gotta do it when you don't feel like it. You gotta do it even when you're nervous. You gotta do it even when you don't have...
Oh, shit. Pause. Give me a sec.
A relationship, as much as
I think I'm gonna listen to this one. Yep. That's a good sound. Yeah. Damn, I'm going sleepy, honestly. don't know what's wrong with me. What is wrong with me, honestly?
Relationship is made up of 4 different stages that you and your partner are going to have to work through if you truly want to work long term and are compatible for each other. And now, after being in what I'd like to say is stage 4, the happy, long term, committed relationship, I want to take it back 3 years to when we were in stage 1, the honeymoon stage. So, me and my girlfriend had finally got together. After talking for a couple months now, we finally made it official. We were in that first stage, the honeymoon stage. The stage where everything feels truly perfect. You will not think about any of the problems that you both have. You probably won't even see a lot of those problems that you guys have just yet because you feel that love for the first time for that person. And I'd been in a relationship before, so I kind of knew what to expect on this honeymoon stage, but I still made a lot of mistakes along the way. So the first mistake that I made was that I got comfortable pretty quickly. After being single for so long, finally working on myself, I feel like I'd come such a long way to finally get into a relationship. But that came at the cost of I started getting comfortable quite quickly. I stopped having that growth mindset. I stopped thinking about my individual growth because a relationship is made up of 2 individuals who come together to make a great team. And I feel like I stopped growing separately and started relying on my partner to grow together. Even at the gym, I had that mindset of like, oh, I've got a partner now, she loves me for me, I don't need to work as hard anymore. But that's wrong. Because I wasn't doing it for her, and I know that sounds bad, but I was really, in the long term, I was doing it for me, I was doing it for my health, I was doing it for my mental health. So I wanted to make sure that I was still committing to my projects, my passions. And I did that by creating certain boundaries that I may not have had in my other relationships. So I started saying, look, I need this time to go to the gym in order to work on myself. Rather than being available all the time, I had to set certain boundaries with my partner and say, look, if you really want me to show up as 100% me, as the best version of myself, I need to do these certain things. So I had to create those boundaries early on, because what you've got to remember is your partner fell in love with you for all the traits you had when you were single. So if you suddenly get in a relationship and stop doing those traits, your partner's going to kind of be like, what changed? Why are you not growing, or why are you not showing your passions? Why have you not, like, I loved you for that drive. I loved you for that passion you had. Why are you suddenly stopping it because you've now got comfortable in a relationship, right? Another mistake that I made in the honeymoon stage is that I was committed physically, I was committed mentally, but emotionally, I wouldn't say I was committed, which made me hold back a lot of things that I should have addressed. So for example, I didn't open up to my partner for a long time, right? Or I didn't communicate with my partner what love languages I preferred, and she didn't communicate her love languages. So it's this guessing game. The relationship, the honeymoon stage, is becoming this guessing game. But further down the line, I learned her biggest priorities was that I shown up there to support her when she needed support. I was there to protect her. I was there to listen to her, to help her grow, right? So I was doing a lot of things in a relationship which I thought my partner wanted in the early stages, but she didn't. So when my partner was upset about something, I didn't understand. Or when my partner wanted me to be open and to be emotionally available, I wasn't. Because I was still holding back. So until I fully committed to that relationship and was like, right, we are a team, that's when we finally saw the growth. And that all happened in stage 2. Now, stage 2 is the struggle stage. It's where probably the most important part of a relationship is, and where most relationships fail. You start seeing your partner's struggles. Maybe you're spending more time with your partner, you're seeing their ways, you're seeing their habits, you're seeing their daily things that they're doing which might not align with you. And this is a very hard part of a relationship, because a honeymoon stage, stage 1, it builds the expectations in the relationship. How you act in a honeymoon stage is easy when you get to other stages to compare your relationship to that stage. So it's important early on in the honeymoon stage you create expectations, you build boundaries, you set the standard. Because if in 2 years' time you're out of that honeymoon stage, you're in stage 2, the struggle stage, it's very easy to compare it to be like, well, why are we not like how we were in the first month where we were all over each other, spending every day with each other, doing this, doing that, doing this. The truth is, reality in some ways kicks in. You start going, right, I am happy with this person, I'm comfortable with this person, but I'm also seeing them for who they truly are now. Now you need to make a decision to yourself in this stage. Do you accept them for who they are? Or are you going to try and change them? A massive mistake you can make in stage 2 is that you try and change your partner. Because you see them for who they truly are, and you might not like the habits they've got, you might not like something that they do, and you try and change them. But the truth is, you cannot change your partner. You have to accept them for who they are. They will change themselves.
That was a mistake.
Right, so don't fall in love with the potential of who your partner could be. Fall in love with them for who they truly are, because they might not change. That's the truth. They might not want to change. And naturally, in this stage 2, you're gonna have more discussions. You're gonna have more arguments. I don't like to call them arguments. Me and my partner like calling them discussions, because we try and sit down calmly and have those discussions. A thing that me and my partner had was, when it came to communication, I was an over-communicator. She was a bit of an under-communicator in some ways. So we'd have a problem. I'd want to sort it out like this. I'd want to quickly run. Come on, let's sort out. When tempers were very high. And I'm not right for this. Like, tempers were very high. So for her, communicating after a discussion was talking about things once she had calmed down. Once she had had that time to think, then she can sit and talk to me. She needed that little extra time.
Damn, show me for 8 hours is that.